Hey guys, so today we are talking about offer stacks and creating your basically product bundles and the offers and everything you offer during your sales cycle. Okay, so this is a really important part of building out your business and service. Probably right now, if you're selling online or in person, you're losing about 50% of day one revenue, i.e., money you make on the first transaction, and you're probably losing about 50% more on the back end, or maybe even 100% more. So combined, just by implementing a lot of what I'm going to teach you today, your business could probably double if it's missing these key variables. I've come in and applied all the stuff I know and what I'm teaching you here today to some businesses and made about $250,000 in a month for one client. I remember some clients I've doubled their yearly revenue. They've gone from 1.5 to 3 million just by implementing this. And I'm not saying you'll do the same if you're not earning the same, but you're understanding how to create this if you don't have a current offer right now or service or business is going to put you way ahead, like a lot of the stuff I'm trying to teach you. And if you do, and if you are selling, you're probably going to add 20, 30, 40, 50% to what you're currently earning, right? Just from doing this. And again, no guarantees, but hopefully this will add a lot of value. And I think you'll see the gaps in your current product offers and your current stack that you're selling and see where you're leaving money on the table. So with that being said, let's dive in. So crafting the perfect offer. When you're putting together the offer, we've talked a lot about the psychology and the avatar and the copy. So now we're going to talk specifically about the offer, okay? So what is offered on the front end, what is offered as an order bump, what is offered as upsell, so post-purchase, and then what is offered on the back end, right? Higher ticket and affiliate offers. So today we're going to dive into each of those just to give you an understanding. A front-end offer is the first product, right? So if you walk into Starbucks to buy coffee, that is your front-end offer, right? But then when you're buying coffee, if they say, hey, you want a muffin with that? That is now their version of an upsell or an order bump, right? And then their higher ticket is if they sell you a gift card and a plastic container or cup, $20 cup at the same time, okay? So, you walked in for a $5 coffee and you walked out. If you did all of those, right, you bought a muffin, a $20 gift card, and a $20 like metal cup, for example, your total right now is probably over $50, okay? So they 10x, they 10x the initial purchase, hence why the title of this is 10x offer stacks, right? Because you can literally 10x what someone comes in to pay. I give you a good example of this. You all purchased, this 30-day challenge. This on average made $100 an order, even though it's a $30 product, right? So we increased revenue throughout the product by 300%. And a lot of you went through and saw the different offers we had during that. And they were insane value, like we were basically giving it away, but we were doing it so we could afford to scale this on ads to help, I wanted to help thousands of people with this course during the current economy. And the only way I knew I could do that is if I could get the average order value, i.e. what you paid on day one, more than $30. If it, like I pay $95, for example, to sell this product on Facebook. That's what Facebook charges me. So some days I lose money still, but it's okay because I want to, scale this and help lots of people. And I know it will come back to me over time. But anyway, you get the idea here, right? Another good example is airline tickets. If you buy an airline ticket, like for us, we, try and fly business, or if we can't do business, we'll do at least exit row with the leg room. And for me, on many of my flights, if I can't get business and I do economy, my ticket price is $200. And then by the time I paid for like exit row, and then my baggage, now my actual ticket cost is double the flight cost, right? $200 flight, exit row, $120, bags, $40, right? So it's nearly double. So now their front end revenue is doubled, okay? So they 2x their front end revenue. So now you understand kind of the psychology here. That's what we're going to try and do for you. And I'm going to teach you these principles. So, the front end offer is making that as powerful as possible by offering lots of different kind of bonuses within it, right? And another example is this 30-day challenge, for example. If I just said, hey, I'll train you every day for 30 days on videos for the price and what hopefully value you get out of this, I still think it's super worth it. But if, all the different stacks beyond that, all the different benefits hopefully pushed some people over the edge and added more value. So most companies, online scaling, at least in our space, they have a strong front end offer, they have an order bump, they have upsells, and they have back end. That's how it works. Without that, they can't scale. Grant Cardone, I know the kind of marketing team there, and I work with some of the people that run his marketing, and we collaborate on a lot of projects, even though I don't run Grant stuff. And I know for Grant Cardone, for example, he will sell a $20 program or a free book, right? A lot of people have maybe saw the free book he used to run, but he was making $30, $40, $50, $60 off a $7 free book, right? So he was able to do that and scale that on Facebook because of that total revenue per order, okay, or what we would call average order value. So we'll go through each one. I'll show you examples of each one, and then now you can kind of see how they need to be structured. Your job is to obviously go away and create that structure for your own business, okay? Obviously, if you were hiring as an agency, we would do that for you. You're not, but you're right. The idea is you go away and create that. If you did get the VIP upgrade with the coaching calls, then me and my team can do that for you. And, that's why I think that was such good value, right? Because one call, even if you paid me $500, if I created an offer stack that is killer and you do 100K a year and I got it to 150K, that one $500 call would bring in $50,000 more value. So, and if you still do want those calls, I think we have a few spots left, and there's a link somewhere in the membership site, or if not, email us. We'll see if there's any spots left. But anyway, back to this. So like I said, we'll go through it and work on each one at a time. So first is the sales page optimization. So how to craft that perfect sales page. And we'll go into this in more detail through several modules. So this is big picture overview. So you've got to identify like the drop-offs on there, okay? And that's a big part of creating that initial offer, is looking at the sales page, watching heat maps. So heat maps is something that records user activity on the page and looks where they're dropping off, okay? Because if that's the case, then the copy is probably weak in that area. And then conduct CRO audits, so conversion rate optimization audits, ideally every 1 to 4 times a month, so weekly if you get enough traffic. Looking at video scripts, headlines, and price points is really key for the sales page. And if all of that's failing and you've got a great offer stack on that sales page, you've got a great story and copy, then maybe the main hook and like the whole concept is flawed. That happens. Like, you have to be unemotional. I work with a lot of businesses where they've been doing this for 2 years and it can't scale, and I look at it and I'm like, I just don't feel this. I just don't think it's that strong an offer. Okay, so understanding when to pivot if that's the case. And then using split testing software. So ClickFunnels does this. VWO is another software. It's expensive, like $200 or $300 a month just for VWO. But basically split test. So if you send traffic to one URL, but you create 2 pages and the traffic gets split, and you can see which converts better and test different sales pages, different offer stacks, different price points. And just to emphasize, I made at least 30 edits / split tests on my first page, probably more, like I did probably 30 I actually physically tested in VWO where we ran data and tracked it, but I was always optimizing. Okay, I probably optimized that page 200 times, 300 times to make my first $1 million, but it went on and did over 10 grand a day. It's now made millions since, okay, and I learned a lot during that process. So we'll look at like an optimal offer stack on a sales page now, kind of go through it so you get a good understanding of, how it would look. Okay, so here is one of my sales pages. I'm going to run through the offer stack on this with you. This page has done millions of dollars. If you've known me for some time, you'll know this is where I started my kind of journey into all this. I had a multi-million-dollar fitness business and then started running marketing, and fast forward a few more years, I've now ran marketing for lots of big people, famous brands, big brands, and generated tens of millions online, and I'm now more on the marketing side, okay? But as you can see here, this is kind of our sales page. You've got the link if you want to go look at it. Even right now, it does about 7 grand a day. You know, in the past, it got up to 20 grand a day and did millions. But I'm just going to skip past some of the top part because you can go through and look at it yourself. I want to go down to more of the offer stack here in terms of what's included. So the way we structured this and the way we structure all our offers is what can we over deliver? How can we add exceptional amounts of content or value for a small price? Okay, that's how you always want to be looking at this. So here, when I went through this in my head, we just kind of piled it on and we kept adding as the years went by. We added more and more. So they had a full home transformation manual, and back then I over delivered. I was less of a marketer, more of a content guy, and this was loads of knowledge and dozens of pages alone. They got done for you meal plans, and again we expanded here. We gave them different meal plans to different weight categories, calorie needs, vegan, gluten-free. And if you went and paid back when I was doing this, you paid $400 or $500 for me to do a meal plan. Okay, we did different workout phases, so different types of workouts, not just one. We did a grocery list, recipes, so they could go to the store and kind of look at exactly what to buy, so it was all there for them. Some home and hotel workouts, extra home and hotel workouts, some HIIT training protocols, and then we added this more recently with the coronavirus, like an immune booster scientific blueprint. So as you can see, there's a lot of value here, right? And then we even went into another bonus, which was a private Facebook group where I kind of chatted with them daily and did lives in there and updates and help them. Okay, so and this whole program is $19, right? So if you're looking at this, there's other people online trying to sell fitness plans, and it's one fitness plan and they get one workout for $20, right? Whereas you compare it to this, the people seeing my ads are seeing everyone else's ads, right? And a lot of them are clicking. Remember, only probably we have a 2% conversion rate, which means 98% of people don't buy, and they're looking at all the other fitness plans, and some obviously come back to buy. So it's really important, this perception of value and this offer stack is much more powerful than most out there. Okay, so this is what I want you to try and recreate in your business. And this is obviously an info product, but if you're an e-commerce business, for example, say you sell supplements, you're like, well, Rudy, how can I add more into my supplement? And you can't necessarily add more into the supplement bottle, but think about what you can do to spice it up, right? So one thing we do with our supplement clients, one good example is we do a 1, 3, and 6 option bottle, so they can buy 3 or 6, and the 6 is nearly half price the 1. So now the perception of value on the 6 is way cheaper, and it's going to get your average order value up by 3 or 4 times. Another thing you can do is throw in info products, right? So you could create a couple of info products or hire someone, $200, get them to write you some PDFs and throw those in. You could go and order, online say you're selling a supplement for fat loss, you could order some workout bands that cost you $2, and now you throw that in as a bonus, right? And its perceived value is $20, so now it's way more valuable. So there's a lot of things you can do to get creative that often don't cost anything more. If you're selling a service, a lot of the time you sell the initial service, but what extra things can you add on that don't cost you any more money or a slight fractional amount that can double your conversion rates on the front end? Okay, that's what you've got to look at. So that's the kind of front end sales page. I hope that helped kind of understand how how to create that offer stack, and there's dozens of funnels on my site you can go and look at for more examples. Okay, but now we're going to move to the next step, which is the cart page. So next is checkout page optimization. So the checkout page might not seem that important, but for some clients we work with, we've doubled their revenue just from the checkout page. And just to break this down mathematically, on average, 90% of people quit on the checkout page, okay? And so if we can get it to only 80% quitting, i.e. before 10% stayed and bought, if we get it down to 80% quit, so we keep 20% now, we've just doubled the sales, right? So if that one funnel at those exact same stats did $1 million a year with 90% quit, now we get it to 80%, we literally doubled that revenue from that funnel, okay? And that, you're not probably going to get much higher than 20% stick rate, 80% quit. It's just the way it is. Some sites will, if it's like warm traffic or something unique, but if you're running ads to cold traffic, they're the sort of stats you're looking at. But how do we get it from like 90 to 80, okay, for example? It might even be worse. You might check your stats if you can. You might be at like 8% stick rate, 92% bounce, okay? So you recap the offer, okay, and you want to recap the benefits too. You want to try and make the original offer more enticing on the checkout page. We like to have a summary and kind of say, you're just one click away now. We use a lot of testimonials and social proof on that page and make sure that we're really pushing the social proof on cold traffic, right? Because if you're only advertising to people that don't know you, they need to warm up to you a lot. We have an oversized call to action button, so buy now, check out, complete purchase, that sort of thing. So it's very clear where they need to click. And then, like I said, we have an order bump to boost average order value. So an order bump is a checkout box. We normally get 20-30% take rates on those. And that needs to be a quick, spontaneous purchase. A good way to look at it, an order bump, is when you're at the grocery store and they have magazines and candy and drinks at the checkout. That is this in the internet, right? So they've done that for 100 years. We now go online and we've been doing it for 10 years or 15 years, right? So checkout is a checkout order bump, exactly the same, right? You're at the checkout tools in real life, in person, paying, and you're grabbing a drink and a magazine or some candy or batteries, and it's the exact same here. It needs to be something quick. If in a physical store, in a grocery store, if they had products that were $400, say they had TVs at the checkout stand, they probably don't. There's a reason they don't do that, right? Because you're not going to randomly buy a $400 TV. You're going to look at, do you need a TV? You're going to ring your spouse or your friend or your parents. You're going to look at what is the best TV, what size do I want, blah, blah, blah. So it wouldn't work because it's not a spontaneous, quick purchase, right? So same psychology applies to your order bump on the checkout page. And then finally, timer or countdown or urgency to push them over the edge. Okay, so we're here on our cart page here. This cart page has been heavily optimized hundreds of times. There's obviously lots of ways to achieve a goal. I'm not saying this is the only way to build a cart page. Our cart pages are different for different brands, but this has a lot of the winning elements, okay? And that's what you've got to test with your cart page. So I'll run through these winning elements that we've just discussed. So we have social proof and before and afters at the top. We have urgency here and a countdown timer. We have a video of testimonials, so more testimonials, more social proof, okay? We have a kind of recap of the offer visually, like what they get, PDFs. And then we talk about not kind of what they get, but more like the benefits, okay? So it's more stronger copy here on what they get. We have the guarantee here. We have security stuff here, so this is an important part of it here. And then again, more social proof, right? So really important to combine those key elements. As you can see, social proof is so key. I can't underestimate how important that is. And then one important thing we've done on the cart page, as you'll notice, is we strip out all the information. So if you're selling an info product, don't take billing address. You don't need it, okay? So all we literally take is name and email, literally. Okay, and then obviously if it clicks credit card, we don't take the address still because you don't actually need it. So sometimes you need the area code, that's it. So it's really important you strip that out, and it's all on one page. This is called a one-page checkout. This is all we do, okay? And this is a WordPress site. We had to custom build this, and it's very complicated. And that's why, when you're starting out, I recommend ClickFunnels. A lot of our stuff is custom build because I have a team of 40 people now. But when I started, ClickFunnels wasn't a thing. But if it was, I would have used it. And we even use ClickFunnels for a lot of my 30-day challenges built on there, just because it's so fast and easy. But yeah, one page is key, and you can easily do all of these elements in ClickFunnels and drag and drop it. So it's super nice. Here is the order bump. So we've talked about the order bump. Like I said, it needs to be fast and obvious, okay? And it needs to be somewhat in line with the price. If you sell a $20 product, don't try and sell, don't try and sell a $200 order bump, because it's so expensive and there's not enough justification. You can only fit so much text in this little box, right? But when you're thinking about the order bump, you want a clear headline. You want to obviously tell the price, and you need something, like I said, think back to the grocery store, something that's obvious and it's going to apply to most people and be an easy decision, okay? Who here doesn't like candy? Most of us like candy, okay? Or, if you're into health, it's less appealing, but the general population, most of them like candy. And then drinks too, right? So for us, we tested a lot of order bumps over the years, but what if they buy it? This is a 90-day bikini plan. What is more obvious than, buying a 90-day bikini plan? What's the most obvious sell? Well, we created a version 2, an extra 90 days. So to me, the most obvious thing that we tested, and actually is one, which is why we still have it, was another 90 days. After the first 90 days, they got a 90-day version 2. So we did that here, and we sold that here, and it works great. And we tested that against dozens of upsells dozens of order bumps over the year. And then last thing is just PayPal. You really want to have PayPal and credit card if you can. If you're using ClickFunnels, it's not easily to integrate, so sometimes we still don't on ClickFunnels. But if you get to a point where you're selling $1 million plus, you want to get that integration in there. Okay. So I hope that helps on order bumps. We will move on to the next element. So upsells and how to optimize them. Upsells are so pinnacle, especially if you're doing like e-commerce, lower ticket. You want to test different offers for the upsells. It's really important to do different tests here, because you might pick an upsell that just flops, right? We run some upsells with a 20-30% take rate, some with a 5%. And if it's at 5%, we know it sucks as an offer. If it's at 15%, we know it has traction. We've got to improve the page. So you want to test lots of different ideas, right? And again, back to that grocery store analogy, that would be the easiest way. If you were having to recreate that and you tested a bunch of products and you tried pasta sauce, you tried fruit, you tried candy, and you tried frozen food, right? You would try all 4, and one of those 4 would probably do the best. So then say candy won, which it did. You'd be like, okay, now what is the best candy within that, right? That's the same psychology here. We're going to actually test bigger variables, like different offers, like a 30-day cookbook with a 30-day home workout, with a supplement, with life coaching. 4 very different offers, okay? And then when we find the best one, we now say, okay, how can we get this better, okay? And then you start making small changes. You can try video elements. So video works really, really good for upsells, especially if it's like a higher price upsell. If it's a $40 offer, you don't maybe need an upsell. If you're selling $500 upsells, then you might need a video to explain it, right? With bonuses. And that can work great if it's e-commerce, for example, a product demo, because remember, this has to be a fast decision. If they don't buy on this page, they're rarely going to see it again, right? We, have our upsells, and then after that, you can't go onto my main website and buy those bundles. You only can buy them on the upsell page, and occasionally if we have spots for like calls, we'll offer them to members that are already purchased, but that's rare, okay? A lot of ads you can't ever buy again unless you go back and buy the original program. So product demos or something to convince them to buy there and then it can help. And then downsells is offering the first products and then offering it cheaper with a little change, so they're not getting as much. It's like a happy medium, right? And that works great for higher ticket upsells. Okay, so we're looking at upsells now, right? So upsells are super vital, like I've mentioned, for you to try and double the front end value, okay? And like I said, that they need to be somewhat of a quick purchase. You can't sell a whole new concept in an upsell often, because it's easier to sell what someone's already bought into versus something totally different, right? So for example, if you sell a ketogenic meal plan, don't try and sell a vegan meal plan, because the ketogenic buyers are not sold on vegan, right? They just bought a meal plan that's a lot of meat. So same here, like this is our upsell on our 30-day challenge, and this challenge was designed for entrepreneurs, online marketers, people wanting to go online. So what is the most obvious thing to sell people that want to go online? It's more content to teach them how to go online, okay? So what I decided to do here, and you know, I've kind of already mentioned this, for me, this 30-day challenge and my info product and courses, like I do millions of dollars a year through my agency with my clients, and I have a fitness business, and I have a business with Tai Lopez, and I have equity in other businesses, and I have real estate. So this money doesn't matter for me. This is about breaking even and scaling it and helping people. So I wanted to give as much away as I could. So I just gave all my courses away, right, in this. So we have a course that's been around for a couple of years now. It covers more around funnels and ads and breaks each individual element down in a little more detail. We provided some of our best like high converting ads that you could swipe. We went through like more of a funnel building masterclass, so how to like do more of the technical build out within ClickFunnels, how to get every little detail set up, because they make a big difference on optimizing conversions. And obviously you don't want your tech stuff breaking, and if you go hire someone to build your funnel, you might pay $500, $1,000, right? So we offered that in here too. And you know, just one of these ads, for example, if you're running ads, one concept here you could copy and tweak could make you $1,000 or $10,000 or even $100,000 if you scale it, right? Again, not guaranteeing that, but it's definitely easy when your funnel's dialed in and you're scaling ads that one ad idea can scale and make you thousands of dollars back. So to me, this was, you know, great value, right? All of these copywriting, hopefully you're starting to see how key that is. So we kind of give you copywriting templates in here and a script to follow when writing your sales pages. And I'm going to help you a little on it, but you know, this is a full course by me and my copy team, and I actually in here give you my SOPs for like my own internal copywriters, everything I've taught them and how I teach them to write $1 million sales pages. So again, super valuable here. Viral videos, so you know, video ads are super important. Some of our clients are making 10 grand a day just with video ads. You know, my business partner Tai Lopez is a genius with video ads, way smarter than me. He's generated tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars with video ads. If you follow him, you know most of his content and funnels are video ads. So in this, we kind of talk about how to make them, how to break them down, how to script them. We give you examples in here, so you kind of really understand how to master video ads. And again, you know, this whole upsell is $200 and you get all of this content. So if you can't like 10x that $200 investment with this one purchase, something's really, really wrong, okay? Give you a call here. I wanted to create a way where, you know, there's a lot of content here, there's a lot of questions on the 30 days, so a way that you can have a call to go over it all with one of my top marketers that is, you know, learn everything from me, okay? So like a duplicate of me. So that's included. And then every month, you know, we're making tens of millions of dollars through my agency. Every month I have a breakthrough idea or funnel that, you know, I share with all my buddies, and me and Tai talk about stuff that's working for us and different marketers I'm friends with. But I wanted a way to kind of give you those like nuggets that are worth millions of dollars long term. So for a year, you basically get a newsletter that gives you those nuggets, okay? And again, you know, that's like some of these nuggets are worth literally thousands and thousands of dollars. So to me, this was, you know, a crazy value stack. Like one of my team members literally said it was worth $20,000 when I put this page together. So I don't know if it was worth that much, but it's definitely worth more than $99, right? And this kind of goes through each individual element, like I said. But yeah, so we sold this for $199, crazy deal. And hopefully, you know, you probably read this page. Obviously, a lot of you purchased this because it is an insane deal. And this is how you want to create that offer stack, right? So this is how you want to look at creating it. So we kind of pulled in basically everything that iClass is needed to really scale online. All the different key elements, right? So, and if you look at my business, we have video editors, we have copywriters, we have funnel builders, we have media buyers that do these, and then we have strategists, i.e. me, and my marketing managers that do the big picture stuff. So I basically have a course for each of those key elements, okay? So think about how you can dissect like what you do, and for upsells, like especially the first upsell, any sort of big VIP bundle works great for us, okay? So we do this in a lot of different brands and businesses. It works great. It's tremendous value for the user, right? So just think about that. Think how you can put together something like this. Look at the examples provided, and just remember, like, you want to provide insane value, right? Don't be greedy. That's the goal, and that will help it convert and give back more to your users and build an amazing brand. And then more onto your back end now, right? So we've done the initial purchase. Now we're looking at emails and retargeting. So we're going to optimize our emails to match our Facebook retargeting. Like, you want to bring people back in from different channels with the same marketing message. We want to, when we're following up with emails, kind of keep repeating offers and the core message. A lot of the time people don't buy on the first round, right? So if you're sending more emails on the back end after they bought to sell them different things, you've got to focus on like maybe three or four or five emails on that one new offer, not just one and ignore it, because a lot of the time people take warming up. You can obviously add in other products, cross sells and down sells. You need to tag them. So this is more advanced, where you'd hire a tech guy, but eventually you'll want to tag different people. So if you send, if they buy one product, they don't get shown it again, right? Or if they view if they send an email like, "Hey, buy my coaching," and they view the sales page but don't buy, you can now tag that person and even send them another email like, "Hey, I saw you viewed the page. I know you're interested. Do you want to hop on a call?" So they're more advanced things, okay? And then a good way on the ad level is to run retargeting ads with social proof. So like testimonials work great on the back end to sell more because it's adding more social proof. Okay, so that has taken you through everything. I hope you enjoyed the walkthroughs of the funnels. I hope that you enjoyed all the breakdown of the different elements of an offer stack. I hope you understand now that the idea and the goal is you at least double the front end revenue. So if you sell a $500 product, you should be making $1,000 within that first order, or at least the first couple of weeks. If you're selling a $50 product, the goal is to make $100 back per order. And the way you do that is with a strong front end offer stack, order bump, upsells, and then a back end high ticket follow-up sequence, okay? So hope that helped. Remember, that's the goal. If you're currently selling and you're not doubling the front end product or revenue, you're leaving at least half your business on the table. Half of you could double your business revenue just by doing this, okay? So for some of you, this is going to have already paid for the course 1,000,000 times over. Obviously, if you want to go through an offer stack with me or my team, you can still get those VIP upgrades. Like I said, there's a couple of call slots left. We have to cap it because, I can't be on calls all day. But you can head to the membership site and purchase one of those last spots, and me or the team will create that offer stack for you that could be worth millions of dollars one day. But yeah, hope that was useful. I'm excited for tomorrow and future lessons, and I'll speak to you all soon.